I want to make an obvious statement. Valuing women is important. Now, even if you're the most overt male chauvinist, you have to realize that strong mothers make strong men. Weak mothers who are very feeble in their ideology, not, I mean, physically as well, but mainly in their ideology and their forcefulness, will not make a strong man. Strong women who are very forceful in who they are will make strong men. And to give a really obscure historical example, uh, Spartan women in ancient Greece were probably some of the most respected women in Greece. They didn't wear makeup, and they wore short dresses. But for a Spartan man to look at a Spartan woman in a sexual way, even just a look, was socially taboo, and the Spartan woman could easily field a reprisal. But and the Spartans, I mean, just the tiny amount that they tiny amount of warriors that they fielded compared to the Persian army under Xerxes was remarkable for their achievements. Even though that they lost, the amount of soldiers that they took with them was amazing. And that had to do with the phalanx and their bronze shields that were very hard to get around for any warrior in any age, really. But that's just an obscure historical example. But strong women are also more prone to advance a society. Strong women who are able to think through any field that they desire, science, math, or what have you, will find solutions that maybe their male counterparts didn't. And it may not be just because that they're women, but because that we have more individuals working on it. Being a woman doesn't make you a completely different kind of thing than a man. It just means that you have a certain sexual reproductive system, and your brain operates a little differently. Your heart's a little smaller, in the literal term, but it doesn't mean that your value is somehow less, because women can contribute quite a bit to, I mean, just as much as men to society. So to just take them out of action and confine them to households or to confine them to reproducing, that really wastes a lot of potential, even if you're not talking about the human and compassionate element of this of suppressing women, which it is prevalent in many parts of the world, at least. Well, really in all parts of the world to certain degrees, but um, societies that tend to support women and allow them to do what they want, those are the societies that not only produce strong men, but further their entire society through technological means, mathematical means, educational means, industrial means. We shouldn't disvalue an entire half of humanity just because they happen to have different reproductive organs and they happen to be physically weaker. Um, it doesn't make any sense to me. Um, that honestly, that never made sense to me. How women are looked down upon or chastised or separated from the male population throughout history. It's as if the male population in many parts of the world has just desired to make them chattel. But even if you're a terrible person, even if you want to make women like the reproductive property of men, you have to realize that you're dispensing of a resource mentally that you could have great technological and inventive means to further your civilization through. It just doesn't make any sense that you would suppress women, even if you're a complete asshole and you just care about men. Suppressing them would actually put your society back further. Not only your society, your technological ability back further, and your growth, your economic growth back further if they couldn't work jobs. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And most of it has been religion, in all fairness, but I tend to think that it has been more male insecurity than it has been religion. Males have been using religion, sure, but it's been male insecurity that has really set women back. Um, that it's the reason that they use the books that have been written thousands of years ago, the scriptures of any religion, to oppress women, is to maintain male dominance. But it has set societies back. It has set them back technologically, politically, environmentally, and inventively. And it's ridiculous. It's stupid. And I'm glad we've worked past this in a lot of the parts of the world. But there's still much of the world that does this to women, and it's really a shame because they're just as much human as we are as men, obviously. And the parts of the world with the strongest men are the ones where women are free, and that has always been the norm. Will always be the norm. And if you want to produce a weak society, suppress women and oppress them in all the ways that you want to be dominant, and produce weak males. If that's your goal, then there's certain parts of the world that are achieving it. That's all I got to say about this. Don't oppress each other. We're all human. Thank you very much for watching.